Extreme weather, March 17th and 19th, 2018. A deep area or intense high formed over Scandinavia. It was sending an air temperature mass across of 512 isotherm, 510, 512, which is very unusual for this time of the year. And somebody quoted from the reliable source that it was extremely unusual to have such a cold pool of air come across, especially around the 18th of March. The jet stream had gone well to the south, and everything was lining up for a really, really good cold spell to hit, particularly southern England. We had a weather front, or a showery weather front, crossing the UK from the east. And in the morning time, it started off on the Saturday as a light drizzle. It became granules of snow around 12 o'clock, and by 1 o'clock there was moderate, at times heavy snow, and temperatures fell to -0.6 to -1, and it began to settle. And as you can see from these charts here, the cold really set in, not particularly intense high to the north of us, but to the south, strong winds, and the snow was settling widely and beginning to drift. And this carried on through the evening as well. As you can see from the weather front down there, that band of showers and a weak warm front gave a good dusting of snow, about an inch I suppose, and the winds were picking up. It was about -3 during the evening. And on this weather front here, we first have the first wave, the red line there, the warm front, then the cold front come through, and there was 2 spells of snow. And from the radar picture I put on here, you can see the first front with the left hand arrow there in black. There was an intense spell of heavy snow on the 18th, and on the right there we had a streamer come through, and the streamer just kept on going and going, as you can see there, across most of South Devon. But Plymouth stayed completely, well, more or less snow free, and this streamer kept falling for many, many hours. And to the east there, to the right there, you can see over Portland and Isle of Wight, that was the weather front that came through later during the day, or rather during the night. Now that gave another 3 or 4 inches of snow. So the first front gave us probably 9 inches of snow, 6 inches of snow. And the one that came through during the night gave us another 3 or 4. So we had 9 inches of snow altogether. But the drifting came with it was quite significant. So now into the videos about what happened. So the first video in the moment coming up now, this would be early Saturday afternoon. The snow began to come in heavy from that organised band of showers, and then we have a country lane there, a good coating, 18th of March. Sunday night, the light snow continued through the night. Next morning, this is Brent Hill, and we had a good covering of snow around South Devon. You can see right down to the coast, and around the south coast you can just about see the heavy leaden clouds really puffing up the snow. And this is Brent Hill. It's 1,017 feet, and that's looking across to Beacon. And by 11 o'clock the snow really set in, and we had some really heavy thunder snow. In fact, I'm really surprised we didn't actually get any thunderclaps, but these snowflakes were, they got to have been at least 1.5 inches across. It was very, very heavy snow. In fact, I could say really it was probably the heaviest snow in blizzard conditions that I've ever known. It really, really was intense. And walking down the road here, you can see the density of the heavy snow, just incredibly intense at times. And remember, this is 18th of March, and this is South Devon, where you just don't get conditions like this. It really was amazing. Up at the crossroads, it was a tremendously fierce blizzard. You can see the snow blowing across there, really, really blowing hard across, and heavy snow coming down. Down in the hamlet here, just absolutely hammering down. You can see how bad the visibility is. Heavy, heavy snow, really, really hammering down. This is from the first heavy batch of snow from a streamer that spun across from the east-southeast and just kept on going. I think it snowed altogether for 22 hours during the snow event, which is really, really amazing for this time of the year and for this part of the world where you're only like 15 miles away from the sea, which isn't particularly cold. And it just goes on and on. The snow just gets heavy and heavy. It really begins to pitch thickly in places. And the difference between this storm and the earlier one is that the snow is really, really sticking to things, sticking to trees and everything else. Well, finally the next day, the 19th, and we have a good dump of snow, as I said, but the winds are really strong, gale force. You can see the drifts forming here, the dust is filling the air. And I remember looking across to the moors, you could see, snow dust blowing across the moors. It looked like it was like 10 meters in the air of snow dust blowing across. It really was, it really, really was a really severe event for this time of the year. And here you could see it just blowing through the hedge here. Absolutely filled with dust. It really was incredible. It was cloudy first thing in the morning. It was about, I think, -3 first thing in the morning. And the temperature did go up to, I think, 1 degree by the afternoon. But it was full sun then. Yeah, pretty amazing event. I think it was 204 schools were closed during this time. This is on Brent Hill, above the valley, probably about 900 feet here. And look at the length of that drift forming. It's probably 100 foot or more. And it's absolutely blowing like mad through that gate. Incredible sight. And the snow dust is just flowing through. Goodness knows what the moors would have been like. And this, this is extreme weather for South Dartmoor, especially this time of the year. You can see down there the 6-foot snow drift, the snow blowing through the hedge. This must have been like this during 1891, where they had that fierce blizzard during March as well. And here we have another one, the snow blowing through the gate there, and the car's stuck there. And here there's Brent Hill. This is a 6-foot snow drift, and the dust is just piling through there. It really was quite an amazing experience, Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe it. This is like the 18th, 19th of March. It's almost officially spring. Just absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And here now we have the day after. This is during the afternoon. And you can see all the snow drifts around and about, the beautiful scenery. I think the snow drifts were 3 or 4 foot quite readily in places. It was by no means an insignificant event. But the sun soon got to work on it. This is March 18th, so 19th, and it soon began to thaw out on the tops of the fields where the snow was thinnest, but there was great overhangs on the hedges. And this one here is quite amazing. It's just so hard to believe that this is springtime, and virtually springtime, officially, well, it's springtime anyway, but as regards to clocks, the 21st, the crossover of the sun, the vernal equinox. Yeah, the skies were beautiful, deep blue sky, absolutely beautiful. It really was a splendid event. And this turned out to be one of the coldest Marches we've ever recorded because of the 2 blizzards. We did have a minus temperature on one day of this one. As you can see there, look, you can see the fields are green there, and the green in the distance, where the sun, quite warm now, has just worked upon that snow. And then the evening come, and it was bitterly cold still, and here we have an 8-foot snow pile that the tractors have dug out to make the road clear to get to the farmers to get their milk through. And it's so beautiful at any evening time when you get the enchanted hour. And those snow drifts, they're so silky, absolutely beautiful. It was amazing, a snow event. And snow and the road's thawed out a bit. It's been dug through by tractors, as I said, but the snow drifts in the field were still there. In fact, I think I remember rightly that the snow lasted altogether probably, I think we had 22 days of lying snow altogether, in March and 6 days in February. And snow falling, I think we had 5 in March and 3 days in February. But altogether, Saturday we had 10 hours of snow, and between Sunday and Monday, altogether, Saturday to Monday, there was 22 hours of snow. Lowest temperature -3.2, highest gust 27.3 miles an hour, lowest wind chill -8.7. Temperatures basically Saturday was 4 degrees, Sunday -0.9, and Monday was 1.6. And the mean temperature for March, mean maximum rather, was 8.2 compared with 11.9 in 2017, and the mean maximum and minimum was 4.8 2018, 2018 and 8.4 2017. So it was an incredible experience really, and the snow lasted for quite a long time in the hedges, the lying snow. So it was a pretty amazing event, what happened that time. Whether or not we see such wonders again, who knows, but time will tell. So yeah, the pictures here again, it's just beautiful scenery at the end of all this. A wonderful, short, sharp 2 or 3 day event, and it's just one of those events that is worth recording, and it's worth mentioning and recording perhaps for people in the future, because we just don't get snow like this in March, let alone 2 blizzards. The snow itself, as I said, lasted for a couple of weeks afterwards before it finally melted, but the March sun just got to work on it, and basically after that we had some cold weather, nothing special to think about, but it was just an amazing event really, and I wish we had another one again. So yeah, there's a few more pictures of the snow piled up by the tractors, and there we are. I think 1986 was worse than this particular picture now, and here I think 1986 was probably another halfway across the road again with snow drifts. But there we are, and that's a few scenes from the garden, a few overhangs of snow that we had during the time, and icicles just to make it all the more wintry and scenic, and a quick view across the valley. Beautiful, beautiful snow, and then I think the last one there of the garden. So yeah, a fantastic event, and I hope you enjoyed the video of extreme safe Dartmoor weather. Thank you for watching.